This is Nehemiah Shemai, and you are now tuned in to my album, The Monte Carlo Show. Shalom.
You're now tuned in to the Monte Carlo Show. You dig what I'm talking about?
Another one.
Woo!
Yo, it's your boy DJ Kryptonite repping that 100.1 The Beat, iHeartRadio, Coalition DJs, and you know I bust them stupid old moves. But right now, you tapped in with my dog, my brother, Monte Carlo on the Monte Carlo Show. Make sure you hit that button, like and subscribe. And as always, keep busting stupid old moves, brother. I see you.
What's up, y'all? It's Daisy Hunter, a.k.a. Cognac Slim, and y'all already know I'm checking in to the Monte Carlo Show. Ooh, it's my song.
I'd like to welcome y'all to the Monte Carlo Show. Hey. Up Entertainment. We about to take you on a wild ride. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We got a lot to discuss. We in the manosphere and every topic is up. The hello with shalom. The plan in effect is to level up your home. Be the best version of yourself and measure up your own. We all got dreams. Set a schedule for your role when you're setting up your goals. We hard working. This the channel for the truth. This beyond purpose. Getting paper cutting green like a lawn service. This a black man channel. I know y'all nervous, but we at y'all service. Anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it. The Monte Carlo Show, the truth, we all about it. Perspectives, shows will push objectives, and we ain't gonna stop till our message is effective. These days, hating is selective, but the Monte Carlo Show will always be respected. It's the Monte Carlo Show. Come take this ride with us. It's the Monte Carlo Show. If you got drive, you up. It's the Monte Carlo Show. We getting the streets right, on the road to riches, and every light's a green light. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo. It's the Monte Carlo Show. It's the Monte Carlo Show.
Welcome back. Shalom. Welcome back to another episode of the Monte Carlo Show. I am your host, Monte Carlo, as you already know. I wanted to come on this episode, with a better attitude, in good spirits. Unfortunately, that's not the case again. Today's topic, we will be discussing the Carmelo Anthony case. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go over this, man. On top of this case and how it's caused a great divide, and it caused a lot of tension and frustration. Let's just go over it, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man, I really didn't even feel like talking about this, because just a week ago, you had the verdict come through about Rick Child, and here in my city, here in the state of South Carolina, in my city, with him being not guilty of the incident that happened with young Cyrus. Now we have a verdict in for young Karmelo, who I believe was 18 when this incident happened, and now he's 19. He's facing 35 years. 35 years behind the wall because of this this situation. Let's play some of the things here that has been said concerning this situation.
The Texas teenager convicted of stabbing a fellow high school student athlete to death have filed a notice of appeal. A jury sentenced 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony to 35 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf earlier this week. His legal team argued it was self-defense. CBS News correspondent Jonah Kaplan sat down exclusively with Anthony's parents after the verdict came down. They spoke about the trial, their son, and the divisions in the Texas suburb.
My son didn't intend to hurt anyone. My son was defending himself.
It took less than 3 hours for a jury to reject 19-year-old Carmelo Anthony's claims of self-defense in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Prosecutors argued Anthony intentionally killed Metcalf after being taunted and shoved by Metcalf and his teammates at a high school track meet.
Take us inside that courtroom. What stuck out to you?
Some AI...
Well, this is the thing, man. I would say this. What really stuck out to me was the fact that they took out a lot of his peers. They took out all of the quote unquote black folk that was on the jury, that was in the jury for this trial. So he was tried by, all white folks. And that's another thing. You know what? I think I'm gonna briefly say this, and let me see something right quick before I say this. Hold on, let me see something. I don't know why this is doing this, but you know what? Forget it. Texas, a jury full of white folks is not a good recipe for a fair trial. That's just what it is, man. I really don't understand this whole, what is America really trying to do for real? Let me see if I can give me a second here, guys. Let me see something.
What stuck out to you?
What stuck out to me, number one, was the all-white jury. But I was trying to be, all right, it's not that big of a deal. The truth is on our side.
At the sentencing hearing, the defense called only one witness on Anthony's behalf, his mother, Kayla Hayes.
What did you tell the jury?
To have mercy on my son.
What do you say to his grieving family?
It's unfortunate to where nobody wins. We've all been hurt by this. Everybody.
That poor boy is fixing to experience a life that I would not wish upon anyone.
Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff, called Anthony's sentencing bittersweet.
What it boils down to for me is this. Austin will never walk through that door again and never give me a hug.
The case drew national attention, prompting protests in support of both teens. And both families involved say they've received threats.
This morning, had...
Yeah, yo, man. I've seen footage, man, of white folks. And I'm not going to do that BS stuff that I see a lot of content creators do when they mention white folks. They like to say this. They like to say YT instead of saying white. Stop. That it irks my nerves when y'all do that. Like when you say black folk, you say black. When you say white people, you say YT. Why are y'all trying to do that? For what? Like, why are y'all doing that for? YT, white, Caucasian. So let's if your content creators doing that, man, oh Lord, I immediately I change channels on YouTube when y'all do that. But let's go to both parties getting threats and stuff like that. Listen, how long are we as foundational Black Americans or African Americans, Negroes, niggers, or whatever you want to call us, how long we gonna keep putting up with this bull crap? You just had Rick Chow get off because he hired really, really good lawyers or attorneys. One of those attorneys on his defense team was black. The black dude says, oh, well, I got paid for this job. I got to pay my mortgage. I'm really good at what I do. Then you got Carmelo's defense team. They're talking about it was self-defense. They didn't have him testify in the court during this trial. They didn't have him take the stand to share his sentiments and his side of the story. He was with his family leading up to the actual verdict. So that means that they had a chance to talk with him and get his feelings about things and see where his mind was. This kid didn't seem like he had any intent to cause this type of harm and this type of disruption in this situation. Now, I will say in my humanity that I am sorry that the victim's family, lost their young man as well. However, Karmelo didn't seem like this is something that he intended to do. And what's really pissing me off is the fact that it seemed like everybody in this country can get away with stuff concerning us. But when it comes to us defending ourselves, and it comes to us preserving our lives, it's a problem. And I'm really, today, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Y'all gotta forgive me for my passion, but I'm really not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in a happy mood. I barely even wanted to do this episode, but you know what? This is something that I like to do. I committed myself to do, so to speak. And I just, it's just certain things I can't necessarily avoid. So let's continue. It's a weird dynamic and a weird feeling for me to have to teach my sons what to look out for when they go out here in this world. That other nations, other cultures of people don't have to teach their children to look out for. I got to teach my sons, oh, when you go here, look out for this. When you go there, make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure you be aware of your surroundings. Be careful of the company that you keep. We're like other nations of people that look down on the Negro in America. You know what? I'm so sick of y'all, man. It don't make no damn sense. And how the hell do you get a whole jury of white folks against a young man that is not of your peers? He's a black young man he's being charged by a jury of white folks in Texas. So Rick Chow gets off. This young man at 18, 19 years old get 35 years. 35 years? Y'all done took the boy's whole life away from him. Man, listen, man, listen. So you telling me, and this is the bullshit I be like. This is So America gets to form up with Israel and go to war against Iran, sending missiles, drone attacks. Both sides are doing the same thing. America teams up with Israel to attack Iran. Iran closes the strait. Iran sends missiles and all that back. I even heard in this conflict, this particular one, that there was a school blown up that was full of Iranian little girls. You got Russia still going to war with Ukraine. You got Israel still going to war with Lebanon and fighting against Hamas. None of this is criminal activity. All this killing, all this war. Nobody's getting charged with any criminal. Nobody's getting any criminal charges against them in this situation. Then you bring it to the home front, to the States. Rick Child got off for clearly doing something that we could all see is a clear case of murder. Then you got this young boy, Carmelo Anthony, being charged with the same thing that Rick got off on in the justice system. So in the matter of a week's time, us as black people had to deal with the Asian community. Now we're dealing with the white community. I've seen footage where a white guy was saying, because, you got black folks and white folks out there in Texas, going, bumping heads with each other, and they're out there protesting for their own reasons. One of the white guys said that Carmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree right outside of that courthouse. He should be swinging from a tree right outside of that courthouse. What? You had white folks out there with their Confederate flags and all that stuff. Then you had, you got both moms and fathers getting nasty hate messages concerning their child. The victim's dad, whatever I don't remember the other boy's name, Metcalf. His last name was Metcalf, young Metcalf. His family is saying they're getting death threats, or they're getting threats. Like, for what? Even if you were to get threats with you being white in this country, I wouldn't even take it serious, because y'all got so much of a cushion up under y'all that I just don't see how that should affect you as much as it would affect the foundational black Americans, or the African American community, or the Negro community in this country. I don't like the fact that it feels like we can't defend ourselves against any of y'all. We have to second guess how we react to somebody like Chud the Builder going around antagonizing black folk, calling us niggers, calling us derogatory names, chastising us. He goes around and does this and records doing it. The only thing that he got wrapped up for is the fact that he shot a black man in front of a courthouse. But listen, Chud, from how I feel, and like I said, I'm not no gangster, I'm not no thug, I'm not no tough guy, but at the same time, I'm a man. Chud would have came around me with that bull crap, then we both would have been pulling guns. It's just a matter of who pulls it first. And I'm a veteran. So I would hope that his ass knew what he was doing if he did act like he was reaching for something after chastising me and disrespecting me to my face. And that's just me by myself. Lord forbid my family be with me and somebody like Chud the Builder came and did all the antagonizing that he did with my family being present. But then let's bring it to Texas and this whole Carmelo Anthony situation. Y'all came out for each other. White people, don't y'all know that y'all asses don't belong here? Don't y'all know that the information has been out there about your history and what you did to gain access to this country? All the heinous and wicked and evil things y'all did to gain access and to take control of this land. And you still walk around here as if you really run something or you own something, which you do, because now the government has been established and properties and state lines have been established. Jurisdictions and all these different little fiats and little different things, codes within the judicial system. I look at the back of these $2 bills that I collect sometime, and on the back of the $2 bill, all you see is white folks, colonizers. You don't see nobody black on the back of that $2 bill, and then on the front of every bill that you have in your pocket as an American is a white person on it. Y'all just do every damn thing you want to do. Every time you make a biblical movie, y'all are Moses, y'all are Jesus, y'all are the pharaohs. Y'all are the kings. Y'all are the this and that and the other. The greatest fighters, the greatest this and the greatest that. What the? Listen. And then the sad part about it is, I thought to myself, I said, man, why don't they just give us about maybe 4 or 5 states to where we could just beat ourselves, and y'all just leave us alone. But you know what happened? Not only do we got to deal with internal issues, because I know some black folk, honestly, that ain't worth nothing either. I know some black folks you can't trust. I done lived in the projects, the ghetto, the slums. I didn't think all praise to the Most High. I don't live like that. I'm not living like that no more. But my time of being in those type of areas, yeah, I've seen the evil side of how people could be as well. But we're not talking about that. Give us a separate area where we could be. But you know what happened? The government and other people will still find a way to bring their narrow asses in that area. And what these Negroes got going on over here? Let me make sure that they following these regulations. Let me make sure that they abide by these laws and rules. And let me make sure this and come in to seek and destroy. Even if you gave us our own states and stuff, places of refuge where we can go to be to ourselves, the government and the ones that hate us will still find a way to bring y'all narrow asses there to ruin it all. I.e., Black Wall Street. What's the other place? What was it? Rosewood, I believe it's called, in Florida. That boy 19 years old. One place you don't want to be, and even as a grown man, I'm going to tell you something straight up, man. You don't want to be behind them walls, man. It is one of the most disrespectful, uncomfortable, inhumane places you could be. And don't go in there coming fresh from home or, just living an everyday life, because even the food even the food is horrendous. Even just the food. And then you know what we got? Man, that's a whole nother conversation, man. Even our people working these prison industrial systems, man, these prison industrial complexes, and they are just some of the worst black folk I've ever come across. Like, it's amazing how ghetto I've seen my own people behave behind them walls as officers in these prison industrial complexes. I just really feel like this whole situation, man, is very disheartening. It doesn't give me any hope. It doesn't make me feel good about this country. Why is it that everybody else can get away with these atrocities against us, but we don't get our fair share of justice? I mean, all these young people that have been, unalived by other races of people here in this country, is ridiculous. And most of them get off. Self-defense. Self-defense. I just don't, I'm really at a loss for words, man. Listen, this is one of the most uncomfortable episodes I feel like I've ever done. I tend to make my best content when I feel positive, when I feel good about things, and this ain't one of them. And like I said, the fact that we're maybe a week or so apart from the Rick Child situation, and then now the Carmelo Anthony situation, I mean, life is hard enough as it is. Life be lifing enough as it is, let alone these things happening to my people in our community. I just feel bad for young Karmelo. I feel bad for, the Metcalf family, only because they feel like they lost the child, but both families lost their children. Being 19 and having to go behind them walls for 35 years. 35 years? That ain't it, man. That ain't it. That ain't it, man. And you could tell by his demeanor, by Carmelo's demeanor, that he didn't mean to do whatever transpired. He didn't, but I feel like his defense team failed him. I feel like his defense team failed him. I'm not sure what, because I don't know the legal jargon. I can't stand the justice system. I don't like nothing about the justice system. I don't like anything about. I get the heebie-jeebies being around a courthouse, being around a prison or anything in relation to those things. I just don't like it. But man, 19 and getting 35. Dog, like I said, man, y'all gotta forgive me. I just wanted to speak on my feelings about this, man. I really feel like this country don't give a damn about black folk, never have. I really detest the attitudes of the white folks that live in this country, and even the foreigners that have been granted the opportunity to move here. And like I said, I'm gonna be honest, I know some cool white folks. I know some cool foreigners. East Indian, Arab, African, whatever. I know some cool, but it ain't enough of y'all, man. It ain't enough of y'all. Because for every one or two of y'all that's cool, it's 10 to 20, 30 of y'all that are on some bullshit. So y'all two, compared to the other 30, 40, that's on that bullshit, like we can't, like, it ain't enough of y'all. It ain't enough of y'all for me to really be like, you know what? They straight. Nah. Y'all shown us time and time again that y'all don't give a shit about nothing we got going on. Y'all don't give a damn about our livelihood, our families, our well-being, none of that. Y'all don't give a damn. Yet we tend to have sympathy and compassion for y'all when y'all go through something. We tend to be forgiving towards y'all. And then be aggressive towards ourselves. Which the Most High talked about in the scriptures. So I can't really. It's a hit and miss for me with this situation. But me personally, I'm tired of how white folks and foreigners tend to look at us and treat us. I'm tired of the justice system, or whatever you want to call it, if for the lack thereof, if you want to call it a justice system, the overall wins and losses concerning my people, the overall, and it's crazy because, man, even when I go to court, and these judges are a conundrum as well, because when you go to court for like something small and you talk to the judge directly, and it doesn't involve a jury, to where and evidence being presented and exhibits being presented, the judge will talk to you like you ain't shit for real. The judge will talk to you like, what the fuck do you know? Who are you? This is what's going on. You better do this, that, and the other, and blase, blase. They talk down on you. The judges do that. It's only when a jury's involved that they'll sit back in their chair. And they'll hear the attorneys speak their piece. They'll look at the evidence. That's the only time that they're just kind of sitting back and being cool. Then all the evidence is being presented before the jury. The jury goes and, congregates, come up with a verdict, present it to the judge, and then the judge will say X, Y, and Z, finalize it. But other than that, when you talking directly to the judge, those judges usually talk to you like you ain't shit. I've seen it for myself, unfortunately. But this Karmelo situation, man, I really, honestly, I can't lie and tell you, I think that it would have been a lot different if it was reversed. Instead of the young white boy losing his life and it was Karmelo, I really think it would have been a different verdict. I feel it. I can't help but to feel it would have been a different verdict. Especially in the state of Texas. But wherever it would have been, anywhere across this heinous ass, ruthless ass country of the United States of America, the only thing that's stopping me from leaving this raggedy ass place that you call America, we call America, United States, is the fact that I'm in a situation where my passport has been revoked until I pay up to a certain amount of money for a child that I don't even get to see or talk to, and it's not because of me. I have 3 children, 2 of them live with me, and this is the only one that don't. That's a separate conversation. But that's I really get the hell up out of here. See, if y'all don't like us so much, man, then let us go, man. Let us go. Just leave us alone, man. Leave us alone, man. Like, we got enough problems within ourselves to deal with. Leave us alone. America, leave us alone, man. White folk, Arab, Indians, Asians, leave us alone, man. Like, just leave us alone, man. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. Man. Y'all already know what to do. Please leave your comments, your thoughts on this particular episode concerning the unjust verdict for Carmelo Anthony's case. I really feel like it was unjust. Leave your comments. Please share this episode. Like. Y'all know what to do. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Monte Carlo Show.
Another one.
I'm your host, Monte Carlo. I'm out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Just remember, when you see me, say shalom.
That's all I do.
That's right.
That's all I do.
Yeah. I'll make it like
That's all I do.
watch yourself.
I think how sometimes you be the closest people, so it's wishing never goes right. Don't let the helping hand speak and touch your sabotage. It's only lucky Luciano's in this thing of ours. Don't let the helping hand speak and touch your sabotage. Sometimes you be the closest people, so it's wishing never goes right. Don't let the helping hand speak and touch your sabotage. It's only lucky Luciano's in this thing of ours. Helping hand speak and touch your sabotage.
I saw my time to reflect. How about my time in the checks? We lost some souls in the street. We can never get back, so we live with regret as we deal with the evils
keeping them back doors locked. When dealing with certain people, the vibes are never deceiving, so please don't let them deceive you. Friends get crossed out for ends. These some treacherous people. Stay on point like a needle. Keep your head on a swivel. You know the streets gon' plot, cause a plot where they trying to put you. Come on. Look, if patience is a virtue, I make time in my front. That's what I do. That's what I do. The streets don't love you, so I don't love them. That's what I do. That's what I do. If it's earth, wind, and fire, guess I'm born with the wind. That's what I do. That's what I do. Hey, mama said if they smiling in your face, you better watch that people so it's wishing their regards. Don't let them helping hands see if it touches sabotage. It's only lucky Luciano's in this thing of ours. Don't let them helping hands be to touch sabotage. Sometimes to be the closest people so it's wishing their regards. Don't let them helping hands be to touch sabotage. It's only lucky Luciano's in this thing of ours. Don't let them helping hands be to touch sabotage.
That's all I do. That's all I do. That's all I do.